I have never purchased a brand new stills camera. Never. And there's a really good reason for it. I'm late to the car world, but I learnt to drive a few years back. And the first thing I noticed was new cars are very expensive. And if you buy one a year later, they've lost a lot of value. 2 years later, even more. 5 years later, loads. I bought my first car, which was probably like £10,000. I got it for £1,000 because it was a few years old. It was fine. It did the job. It got me to work. I bought my next car, which was a bit newer, and I lost a lot of money in devaluation. Now, that was a bad mistake. I've not made that mistake with my next car. I bought an older car, which was well maintained, because I'm not going to lose much money on it, apart from repairs, but all of them needed repairs. So, for example, this camera here, when it came out, was like £3,800. Today it's £1,000. So you save £2,800 in devaluation by using old kit that still gets the work done. Still got to work on my car, still get the work done with this. Now I know what you're thinking, but Scott, you charge 6 figures for some of your shoots. You can afford a new camera. You know, I can afford to get my hair cut, but often I cut it myself. I can afford a new YouTube outfit, but this one works. I mean, it's a good job it's not smell-o-vision, because I'll be honest, it's not been washed this year, but this one works. And this comes down to personal ethos as much as anything. I'm not saying people are wrong for buying new cars. I'm not saying people are wrong for having loads of clothes, or people are wrong for buying the latest kit. But for me, it makes no sense. I bought the old Fuji. I could have bought the new Fuji. The money's in the bank to buy it, but why spend thousands more when, and here's what matters to me, when I go on that next ad campaign, my day rate doesn't change. And someone's going, well, it's tax deductible. Yeah, it's tax deductible, but if you're one of these idiots who think by having no tax bill you've had a good year, you are delusional. The bigger your tax bill, all things being sensible, the better you've done. And taking £10,000 off a £20,000 tax bill does not reduce it to a £10,000 tax bill. That's not how taxes work. If you think it is, you need to go and see an accountant. You can, of course, deduct all these things from your tax bill, but what we're looking at doing here is not living a tax-free life, but making money. And by making money, you have to pay taxes. That's just a cold, hard fact of life. Now, some people are going, well, you need the latest kit if you're charging that much money. Well, apparently not. I just shot a worldwide ad campaign for Johnson & Johnson's on a 5DS with a lens from the 80s. You don't need the latest and greatest kit. The images were good. They loved them. I loved them. They're in my portfolio. I've shared them on Instagram. I could have bought a Phase 1 and shot it on that. Would it have been better? Maybe 0.1%. Sure, I'll accept that. But I'd have spent a lot of money. And again, you're saying, but you've got the money. You can spend the money. But why? Why spend it? Why not be a tight arse like me? Keep that money for a rainy day. Put it into investments. Put it into your retirement fund. Put it into things that actually matter, like going on holiday 7 times a year. That's a fun thing for me to do. Buying another camera in exchange for a holiday, not going to happen. Of course, there is a bare minimum requirement of camera kit you need to be able to actually work as a pro, but it's not the latest and greatest. Anything made within the last 10 years is good enough. If you find a 10-year-old camera, you can do professional work today. And yet, sometimes we upgrade our kit to nicer stuff, but I've never bought new stuff. All of my broncolor lighting, secondhand. All of my camera kit, secondhand. My Cambo is brand new, but I'm borrowing one and I was given the other bit. So kind of the same thing. My Blackmagic I bought brand new because for some reason, with a cashback deal, I got it cheaper than secondhand. And I still feel like I've probably done something bad there. But apart from that, everything secondhand. Why pay the depreciation? Why pay? And everyone's gone, oh, you can devalue it and depreciate it through your companies. Yeah, but why? Why not just have the money? You know, we're businesses, and I know how it works because I've been there. You want the new toy. I want the new toy. I would like the Phase 1 IQ 150. I'd love it. But I won't make any more money owning it. And we all make this mistake in our career at some point. I did. My big mistake, and this is going to sound really small and insignificant now, I bought 2 brand new Bowens lights for £1,000. And I bought it on a loan because I didn't have £1,000. And it might seem insignificant to most of you, but when I started out, to say I had no money was an understatement. Like, it wasn't tight. It wasn't there. You know, and I took this debt out to buy these lights. Sold them recently to a mate for 70 quid. You know, I lost all that money and I paid interest on a loan, and I had a loan payment to make. And I could have just bought secondhand lights back then, but I felt nervous buying used lights because what if they're bad? What if they break down? What if they don't work? But you can buy so many of them for the price of a brand new one. It doesn't matter. I've just bought a very old car. What if it breaks down? What if it doesn't work? Well, it's already depreciated about £70,000 in value. I can afford to put a bit of money into it. So that's my take on it. It might not be yours, but I'd love to know what yours is. If you buy the latest and greatest all the time, let me know why and what, I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. I just want to share my ethos with you in the hope that maybe you can save some money and have that money for your retirement, for when you get sick and you have to take time off work, or just to go on holidays all the time, because holidays are fun. It's a good time to go on holiday, getting up to spring over here. About you probably going away for a bit. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.